Damn, watch out, dude.
How do you do that?
It's for a nice hotel. Yeah, I'll wait over here checking. Or just sleep in the bag with you. Sorry about that, ma'am.
Hi, stupid. Hi, guys. Can I help you?
Jerk. Yeah, my name is T-Bone. I'm here to meet my manager, Dave. I'm performing in town tonight. How rude. That people these days, man. I can't believe that.
Hey, McFly. You know some guy named Dave?
Dave's not here.
So stupid. Okay, his name is Dave. He's supposed to meet me. He got red hair, like a Steven Seagal type haircut. You know what I'm saying? Funny looking dude. Is he here?
Dave's not here.
Is Dave here? He said he was gonna meet me at 3:00. It's 3:30. He gotta be here.
Dave's not here.
Are you sure?
Dave's not here.
Dude, I'm not going through this again. This is like the fifth time. I'm not sleeping on the street. Is Dave here?
Dave's not
Mira,
here.
do you speak English?
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Tell him to give me a comment for one.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Where's Dave?
Dave's not here.
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 Where's Dave?
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Where's Dave?
Dave's not here.
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 Dave's not here. Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Oh, shut up, dumbass.
Where's Dave? Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. Dave's not here. Sorry. Sorry, Ginger Log. Well, lying, crying Dave is over there running his mouth again. And I thought I'd give him the opportunity to come to my channel. What's happening, Dawn? Oh, I'm sorry if they didn't know any music.
You did a shitty job, Jada. Dude, all of
I'm sorry. It's just the Dave's not here. That's T-Bone. Dave's not here. Hi, Irish gal. See, that's the thing. Dave stays over there and talks his stuff. He doesn't come face a man. He won't come face a man. But, I just gave him a chance to I given him a chance to come over here. You was dancing? Well, that's actually the song is by T-Bone. It's called Dave's Not Here. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But I just want to taunt Dave because he knows that he's going to stay over in his own lane because he won't panel up with a real man. Hi, Dakota Bell. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that. Well, I'm sorry. I like to taunt Dave. But what I'm going to do is I do want to keep the focus on the focus that we're dealing with the scammer over there. Me and Dave do see eye to eye on that. But I want to poke and taunt Dave. I want to continue to poke and taunt Dave because he's got no manhood about it. None. Hi, Mr. Positive. Why are you the only wrench in here? Well, that wrench is for your safety so nobody picks on you. Doesn't Misdemeanor have one? You got a new channel. I thought you had one. Yeah, I'm trying to just approach things a different way. I might get a little sidetracked here. I'm kind of tired right now. But I thought I'd come over and aggravate Dave. He blocked me again in another troll count. But that's okay. It is. The spotlight is always going to stay there, and me and Dave remain the same on that, but he's been running his mouth. I thought you had one. Oh, you want me to drop the DMs on like I said earlier? I don't know if I do that, but if she keeps on, I will. Well, I can say this. I will say this. Jennifer Lynn was up on Wendy's panel talking about I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist type of person, right? But I was talking to her. I used to talk to her, and I was quite friendly with her. And she was going through some things, and I tried to talk to her as a friend and all that. And And she was at work. And she just said, I don't know, I'm trying to find a ride home from work. My car won't start, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, do you have any money? She said, no. She wasn't asking. She wasn't really asking. Yeah, do you have any money? Are you okay? Because I knew her car was giving her trouble. And she said, yeah, no, not really. I said, well, what's your PayPal? And she goes, no, you don't have to do that. I said, this is about a year ago. So what's your PayPal? And I said, I want to help you out. And she gave me her PayPal. So I sent her enough money to get herself an Uber and buy herself lunch. It's about a year ago. And she was very grateful for that, very, very thankful for that. She come back about a week later and says, hey, you want that money back? And I said, no. All right. This is behind the scenes. But now, since I'm a Trump supporter, us people, we're crazy. We're mentally deranged, conspiracy theorists. Well, you didn't think that when you took my money. That's all I have to say about that. And so instead of arguing with her, yeah, that's misdemeanor, Pixie. Hey, Rebel Rose Jade. Oh, well, let me type it in there. I know you can read that. Oh, Amanda Lynn's an idiot. Amanda Lynn is the same woman that got mad at me for fighting with 180 and told me, suck a dick, Brian, suck a dick. I don't intimidate her that much, do I? Yeah. Amanda Lynn is just nobody. No, here's somebody who intimidates women. When a man starts going at women and he says, look, you're not to speak about me anymore, and you're not to have this certain person on your panel. If you do, I'm going to tap that ass, and they don't. That's who intimidates women. Not me. Araya. And I intimidate Amanda Lynn so much that she'll holler, suck a dick, Brian. That's because she's intimidated by me. Yeah. But I thought I'd come on just aggravate him. Not enough to pay MGL the 100 though. E-beggar. That's all she was like TT. Yeah. Amanda Lynn don't want none of this. And when she gets called out by another woman, she goes, oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean it. And, I was just, get out of here, girl. I intimidate women. These women cuss each other out all the time. If I intimidated women, they wouldn't talk about me at all. Amanda Lynn's a joke. You know what? Here's something that somebody was getting at me because TNT said that I lied to all of my subs and said that I got laid off and that I dropped my PayPal at Christmas time, and that I dropped my PayPal in the chat, and I was begging for Christmas money for my kids, but Irish Growl was there. Well, hi, Candy. I saw you over in Dave's talking shit about me. You said that I didn't pay attention to my son, and that's why he did what he did. Would you like to link up and come on up? See, Dave won't let me on his panel, Candy. Dave wants to sit over there and run. Yeah, Dave wants to sit over there and run his mouth. And you were over there running your mouth too, Candy. Man, why would you come over here and be all nice to me when you were over in Dave's talking shit about me? Why would you do that? Now, I didn't ask anybody for that. This Candy. Dave makes you say things? Dave pays you to say things. But now don't let this Candy ride. You can go over and look at some of the nasty things that this Candy was saying about me over there. Oh, there could be Dave. Dave won't come over here in his real name because he's a chump. He's a chump who lives with his mother. I would be upset too. Hi. I was going to say breaking the scales. It says breaking the scales. That's not very nice. Okay. Well, then that has to be Dave. I don't know why Dave won't come over here. I mean, he can come over here and panel up. Why won't he panel up? Does his job know he films at work? Well, why wouldn't I? He shouldn't have kids. Well, there's a lot of people here that have kids. Here, let's see. Here, and here, I want Dave to come up and try and. I could go at Dave and still be respectable. It wasn't funny how Becca was filming him when he went to the doctor, right? And he goes, "You're not filming me, are you, babe?" Oh no, I'm not filming you. When that doctor gave the report that his lungs were, hang on, when the doctor was telling everybody, that his lungs were perfectly fine, and he ran for 4 years telling everybody he had lung cancer. And you want to sit and talk about Diane, but I will give Dave this: he did not ask for any money. But one scam, you're playing on people's sympathy, like as if you have some cancer, and you don't. All you have is a balding head and a really funny beard. Oh, the Candy that was over there was saying stuff. Oh yeah, the Candy that was over in Dave's was saying stuff. You were over there. I saw you. Dave cams up. Dave loses control. If I look like that, I would cruise. I would lose control too. But the thing of it is, if you want to, here's what, like, if I was going to sit here and drag a man, I would at least give him the link so that he can come up and talk to me about it. But Dave won't do that. So I guess Becca went and found her a real man, Dave. I mean, she looks better today, because she's getting that D laid down to her properly now. She found her a man that she loves. She looks so much better today than she did when she was with you. That's not funny. Tiffany, the real one at Dave's was saying some horrible stuff. Oh yeah. No. Dave is just a shock jock, but he does it over there. Like that. Now, if you're going to drag another man, Dave, you should at least have the testicles about you to either allow that man up on your panel or come over to his. But I guess you're not that manly. I guess Becca found stickers a little more manly. And it's so funny that you paid his airfare from across the country. And while you were out playing your fake scams and running your mouth on YouTube, they were back behind that green screen you got getting it on. You're worried? Tell me about it, Tiffany. Yeah, I see her. Tell me about it, Tiffany. I'll sit here and I'll give you a chance to type it in. You can see it. I put a video up. I came in 3 different accounts the other day. He goes, "I'm not talking to you, Brian." And you know what? I used to think that Dave had some balls about him. But according to Becca, he doesn't. I used to think he had some balls about it. I like to argue with men that's going to give me a challenge. Irish gal. Well, I don't know. I'm waiting on Tiffany to talk. I'm waiting on Tiffany to see what she's talking about. Well, that's because she's probably got something going on with her eardrum and a whistle like that. That's, Tiffany, what were you talking about? Now you left me in suspense. You said, "I'm scared." up here. You said, I'm worried. What are you worried about, Tiff? Oh, come on, Tiffany. He doesn't come after people. He's going to put out the old stuff that TNT already admitted was not true. He's not. Why are people worried about him? He's all mouth. Dave backed down from Rel. He begged Rel. According to Rel, he begged Rel to leave him be. I still talk to Rel. Well, he's an idiot. And I would like to just provoke him enough to come over here and step up on my panel. Cancer scammer who couldn't even hold his own wife down. Becca looks amazing today. When she was with him, she kind of didn't look that way. She looks great today. She's all happy. Cricket, you're something else, girl. When you don't talk much, but when you do, it's funny. When you do, yeah. Dave is a millionaire farmer. He's been to federal prison. I mean, the guys on the Boyd News Network, they have called him out so many times. It's pathetic. But I don't want to take the focus off of one thing that Dave and I do agree on is this situation with Diane. We're as long as Diane has a YouTube channel and Randy and Wendy are sticking up for her, right now the focus needs to be on them. He, for some reason, thinks that I support Diane. He's that ignorant. Before he starts dragging people, he doesn't even look at their channel. All right? I'm catching hell from Diane I'm not dragging her, but I'm calling it out as I see it. And this is the worst thing that I've seen in the drama community for the last 3 years is what Diane is doing right now. So we cleared up the situation where Diane said, well, you had Tucker up there. That's the same thing as us saying, well, you had TNT up there. Yeah, he thinks that I support Diane when all he's really got to do is from his mother's trailer. He can look on my YouTube channel for the last several videos that I've put up. It's been about, he even said, we've got Bob's phone number. Who was the one that got Bob's phone number? Come on. I guess he was picking on Nene too. Hi, Nene. What made Dave mad? I guess he was probably sitting down. He was probably alone in the corner, staring at Becca's pictures and using his tears for lubrication, masturbating to her picture and going, "Oh, stickers, why'd you do this to me?" And then he just got in a rage and decided to just go at everybody. You were sitting there the whole time? Yeah, Dave's something else, man. I tell you, Dave. Attention weren't on him. Come on, Dave. Come on over here, Dave. Come get you some, Dave. You know I love you. That's why you're going to stay over there and run your mouth. What happened? Remember that? What was that movie, The Wedding Singer, when that little kid came outside to Adam Sandler? The little kids come outside and he saw that girl and she goes, "You're a bitch." Dave. We thought life was rough back then. Yeah, Dave, you're a coward. That's what you are. You are a coward. And you drop these links like you're dropping the tea on me, dude. That is so old. It's so fake. His fake girlfriend has a problem with the truth. It makes you miss your Facebook days. But I don't know what much else that we could do on the Diane side. But I'm kind of hung up on the tenants there in that house, saying that they received mail from Social Security for Diane. Now, in some instances, Social Security require you to report your personal income. Now, like your spouse's income doesn't matter if you're on disability. It doesn't matter. I could be a millionaire. Nicole gets Social Security. They never ask her about her. It doesn't matter. But her, like, say she started a business selling candles or something like that. She would have to report that income, and then they would deduct that out of her check. Now, YouTube is a form of income. You are actually an employee of AdSense. And if these donations that she is saying, it's my money, and she's saying, I allocated this money, and she is on some form of Social Security, and she didn't turn that in, a simple call to the Social Security Administration about with her name on it would cause an investigation into that. Carlos said, Tiffany said I should have stayed on Facebook with the normal people. I'll tell you what, Facebook was off the hook too, though. But you're amongst normal people here. There's just crazy people everywhere. Now look, when I know Blaze, and you do a good job remaining neutral, and I appreciate you for that. Yeah, Facebook was off the hook too, though. Here's the thing about social media. When I was coming up, we didn't have this. We had gossip and stuff in school, and gossip, just a little bit in school. And I had never seen how hateful people really are until this broadband World Wide Web opened up, and more people were allowed to come and express themselves, even anonymously. It's even worse when you can do it anonymously. At least in high school, you had the gossip. You could see the face and you could see the person, and it's crazy how people are. I've never, when I first started going live a couple years ago, I never knew that people were this mean. I really did not know that people were this mean, because what you're seeing out of me now, how I'm a little bit more calm, a little more relaxed. That's the way I was before I started going live. I managed to run a YouTube account for 11 years without ever going live. Yeah. And then the reason that I went live was over Molly Go Lightly, and I was covering the Chris Watts case, and I went live, and I was going at Molly. And I've realized that I had a knack for if I wanted to go at somebody. They call it dragging. I didn't know it was dragging back then, but I was dragging Molly. And then Molly sent people after me, and I would drag them, and I would drag this person. I started dragging everybody. I was just dragging her, and I had a knack for it. And my channel went up to 5,000 subs in no time. But at the same time, I wasn't getting any self gratification out of that. I did for a minute. It's cool to have that 15 minutes of fame. But the reason that the reason I got it, I didn't like it. Poshy. Boca Raton. That's what you're stuck on that, right? Well, you know about Naples, right? You know what's happening in Naples. Hey, your main girl. You know what's happening in Naples. So what's going to happen? Yeah. Nene, I just love you. We used to hate each other so much, and now it's cool that you and I can get along. Well, you know what's happening in Naples, and I think things will cool down for a few days, and then we'll just wait for Diane to go live again. Remember when we had dial-up and the storm came through, and people, yeah. No, I'm not really upset about Dave, because nobody takes Dave seriously, and he's putting out stuff that we all know about. We all know that my family went through a murder trial, and emotions were all up in the air, but all that stuff is fake. And I saw Candy say, what he did in that courtroom, he put that family through hell. Yes, I thought my son was innocent, and I stood behind my son until they proved him guilty. But what Candy doesn't know is I wasn't in the courtroom. I wasn't in the courtroom most of the time because I was a witness for the state. I had to sit out in the hallway, and we all were fighting and arguing in the hallway. All of us. They arrested her sister. They arrested one of my sons outside of the courthouse. They kicked Nicole out. Nicole got kicked out because Kelsey's sister walked past Nicole doing the arm thing. It was a mess. These were people that were dealing with a murder trial of a child, and we all knew each other. And a lot of us were witnesses, and we had to sit out in the hallway with each other. So you imagine that. You imagine how that is. And we all knew each other. We all were friendly. They used to buy weed off of me. That family used to buy weed off of me. So you can imagine how terrible it got. And it's like now if I go out today and I run into one of the family members, that was almost 5 years ago. We don't. If we see each other, we stay away from each other, but there's no fighting between us anymore. It's just the people on YouTube want to try and take that and use it against me, as if I called my son up and said, hey, you know what you ought to do? You ought to kill that little boy. I had nothing to do with the actual crime. But until I treated my son just like I would anyone else who is innocent until proven guilty. And at the time, we thought maybe the mother did it. But I treated it like it was a true crime case. I got every document, every file. The truth, Tracy Monet, she could tell you that. I put everything up, and when they found him guilty, I apologized to the mother, and I said, there it is. And look, when he first did that, I was all up on Facebook going, I know my son did it. I know he did that. And Tracy, the truth, she was telling me, Bryan, shut up. You're going to hurt his case. And then I started listening to a little bit of evidence, and I was like, okay, maybe he didn't do it. But, it's a mess for everybody. It's a mess for everybody. So, and until somebody's in a situation like that where one of their family members or somebody they love is in a murder trial, then you don't get to tell us how to act. You don't get to tell that side. I know one thing. They were coming at us, and we were coming at them. That's what happens when there's the death of a child between people who know each other. That's what happens. It's perfectly normal. But see, the Fergusons don't bother me out here on the streets. They don't bother Nicole. They don't bother any of us. The trial's over. They got they got justice. They wanted him to get the death penalty, but he got life in prison. And in my opinion, that's what he deserves. Yeah. Yeah, it's not such a tragedy anymore because I've accepted the fact that justice was served in that case. Yeah, it was horrible. And TNT, I don't want to deflect too much, but TNT was a friend of the Ferguson family. This is where our beef comes from. Yeah. Oh, they can bring my kids up all they want. I think it's funny when somebody's sitting on YouTube going, yeah, these people that are on YouTube all the time shouldn't be parents. Well, where the fuck is your kids at? What do you think about that, Amanda? These people with that are on YouTube, they shouldn't, they shouldn't be having. Yeah. Well, you know what? I've gotten used to people picking at me because of it. It's just when you have nothing else. Well, what about your son? That was my son. He was an idiot, and he got what he deserved. Next. Anything else? And people that commit crimes need to go to jail. And speaking about people that commit crimes need to go to jail, what we have on Diane is theft by deception. And one of the reasons that people want to know who she is and where she is in case somebody wants to file personally against her for the super chat that they gave that they thought 100% was going to St. Jude. If one person can sue her civilly for that, then the next one can, then the next one can, then the next one can. That's why we want to know. Every criminal has a family. Yeah, you got to stop and think. I believe, like Chris Watts, he didn't come from a broken home. He came from a good home. Ted Bundy, came from a broken home, but he was raised properly. Let me see. Jeffrey Dahmer, his parents, even though they got divorced, they were typically normal people. Virtual asylum. But if Dave ever wants to discuss that, he can come on over here with me. Then it is one and done. Yes. Yeah, people do snap. It's not like me and my first wife got together and had our son and said, man, he'll make a cute little baby killer one day. Let's raise him up to be a baby killer. That's not what we wanted. And the sad part is that people use the death of Braden Ferguson because they're mad at me and their butt hurt. So they want to dig up this child. They want to get their little shovel out and dig up this child. Because it's not because me and Dave talked about this on his panel before. He said, oh, your son killed a 2-year-old baby? We were, and I said, yeah, he sure did. He goes, well, how much time did he get in there for that? I said, oh, he got life in prison. He deserved it. He goes, well, what did he do that for? I said, because he's a fucking idiot. That's what I said to him 2 years ago. And he had wrenched me up after that. He was cool with me after that. But since I called him out where he was saying Carla had Tucker on her panel a day ago, I said, no, she didn't, Dave. He goes, well, it was 3 days ago. I said, dude, she wasn't up there 3 days ago. He wasn't up there 3 days ago. I said it was a year ago. He goes, you support Diane. Get out of my channel. Blah. Dude, you're an idiot, man. D managed to dig up dirt, not so posh. Yeah, I'm going to look into a class action suit. And then we have international people that are involved in that. And we need to pick, hi, Dana. We need to find a lawyer that will work pro bono. You're right. I wonder. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Why did your son kill a kid? Well, I just answered that. Why did your mom and dad name you Time Well Spent? Can they come up with a better name than that? No, he was grown anyway. And people say, well, that's the way you raised him. No, we separated when he was 12. So it was, But that's okay. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to talk too much more about that. I want people to keep the focus on. Dave is trying to distract too. He's not getting the juice on this. Dave is trying to distract off of this. And I think that we should keep at Diane. As long as Diane has a channel, we should keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. Because if she don't get convicted in the criminal court, her ass can be convicted in the community court. And that's what needs to happen. These people that keep trying to stick up for her look silly. They really look silly. Yeah. But anyways, it's time for me to go to bed. It's time for me to go to bed. I'm going to give Nicole a hug. Yeah, Dave, see, that's what I'm going to do tonight that you're not going to be able to do. Is I'm going to roll over tonight, and my nice, soft-skinned, petite wife is going to be laying right there with me, and I'm going to cuddle up with her, and I'm going to sniff her hair, and I'm going to tell her how pretty she is, and I'm going to give her a kiss. And I'm going to wake up, and she's going to be right there. She ain't going to be out with my buddy. So you remember that, Dave, when you're dragging me. You remember that. Just remember how sweet Becca used to smell to you while she was filming you. She was gathering evidence on you, Dave, because she couldn't stand you. She was at that doctor's office gathering evidence on you because you were telling people that you had cancer when you didn't. And that's what Becca thought of you. That's what she thought of you. And I'm going to wake up in the morning and she's going to be laying right next to me. And you're going to be snuggled up with your teddy bear. Speaking of Watts, CK is live with some paper. What's that mean? Yeah, I got to go to bed. Tiffany, you guys, I'm glad that you didn't give up. I'm glad that you and Corey didn't give up because you created a movement here. And the community needs to stand together. And those people that are threatening Diane and insulting her, don't do it that way. Try not to do it that way, even though she's coming that way. Just try to keep your head about you. Keep your head about you. I love you guys. Good night. Be well. Come on, Nicole. Let's go on to bed.
All right, let's get it on.
All right. Hey, bye, Dave. Bye, Dave. Oh, stickers. Oh, stickers. Love me, stickers. Oh, stickers. Stickers.